Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 5. Last episode, we've pretty much for the most part explored the entire surface of this place. There's still a lot of underground that we have to explore, but we've explored everything above ground, and some of the underground. All that's left now is Exodus, so let's take a look in the city. You enter the village of Exodus. You look around, trying to ignore the hostile stares shot at you from every direction. This is a rough place, a narrow town spread along the shore of the river to the east. The walls and buildings are crude and hastily built. A decent cavequake would take most of them down in an instant. Most of the people here don't live in the buildings, though. You can see several clumps of tents and groups of dirty, bored miners sit around fire pits. The bandits must have driven them to the relative safety of this town. Wherever you walk, everyone gets very quiet. People turn their backs on you. They won't stop you from moving around, but they do nothing to make you feel welcome. Goody. Exodus is watched over by a small band of indifferently equipped Avernite militiamen. They look like they can keep the bandits from coming through the town gates, but not much more than that. They don't attack you, but they don't want to talk to you either. When you try to speak with them, they alternate between ignoring you and waving you by. The miners are a rough lot, and they are clearly unfriendly. Instead of engaging them directly, you try to eavesdrop on their conversation. You hear something interesting. Let's just pretend to talk for a bit. I think that Empire soldier is listening in on us. What a jerk. That, I wish Dellinger would just shut up. We're all getting our claims stolen while we hide in here. He's no better than us. I want to go to the Azure Gallery. The crystals are everywhere, and I'm not scared of giants. I'll just hide when I hear them coming. This seems to be about it. Okay, then. Oh, look. Job board. A band of savage Slizerikai has been kidnapping humans in Nephilim in the Drake Pillars region. 3 victims have been taken recently. Mayor Vickers offers a reward for their return. Some unknown Slizerikai have been sighted along the river to the south of Exodus. This would be a natural place to begin the hunt. A quality reward is offered. My mine has been taken over by claim jumpers. I need someone to kick them out. I will pay in crystals for help. My claim is to the northwest of Exodus. Signed, Dellinger. Someone has tacked up a letter here addressed to the Archmage Solberg. It is a miner's plea to be allowed into the land of tranquility written on greasy paper. If you headed in that direction, you could deliver it. Might be worth a few coins. Okay. It's a trash pit, which has... Why do you always find strange things like this in the trash pits? Strange. Okay. Appraiser. Crystal is bought and sold. Ah! You have located Mora. He takes the letter, opens it, reads it, grunts, and tears it up. You stare at him pointedly. He finally takes a hint and gives you a grimy handful of silver coins. You meet another surface dweller. The skin on his face still has a healthy tone, though it doesn't look like it will last for long. He's no warrior, though. He's a merchant, and he is cowering behind the back of his basement. When you round the corner, he starts to beg for his life until he sees who you are. It is... really... you are from the Empire! The true warrior of the crown! Oh, I am so happy to see you! I am Mora of the Underworld Joint Trade Company. What is this shop for? It is part of the new trading empire of the Underworld Joint Trade Company. We are here to buy crystals from the miners for highly advantageous prices. Then we store them until we can transport them back to the Empire. Tell me about the UJTC. It is a powerful trading group. It's owned by a number of shadowy, powerful people on the surface. They pool their money and they share the profits. Right now it makes me very little money. We can buy things down here, but we can't get them out. When we can, though, those who have shares will be rich. Where are the crystals stored? I'm afraid I can't tell you. Or anyone. I'm sworn. Don't worry, though, they are very well trapped and defended. Does the company have outposts farther into the frontier? We've sent merchants out there. They haven't come back. So, I hope so. Mora is slowly regaining his composure. He seems to think that your presence means that he is safe. You chat with him about life in the caves, neglecting to mention that you are leaving this miserable town as soon as possible. Why are you hiding? Because the miners are crazy. I'm only here to help them and give them money. The bandits are their real enemies, but instead they threaten me. They threaten my shop, so I hide down here. You think that they would kill you? Maybe. They are angry and dirty and drunk most of the time, and they hate the Empire. And Mayor Vickers, he's not in charge as much as he used to be. Why not? He's a brutal one. You don't want to see what he does to robbers and claim jumpers. He's cruel, but he does keep order, I'll give him that. But when Listek the Beast took over, everyone got angry. As long as Vickers can protect them, they won't listen to him. But if nothing is done, they'll drive him out soon. You have anything for sale? Not much. I'm just holding on to crystals. I have a few I can sell you, but I have to charge a set price. Company rules, and I'm only doing it because you're from the Empire too. Nothing we need, but thank you. I feel like there's probably a hidden switch somewhere around here, but oh well, no biggie. This merchant has a small shop full of mining equipment. Some of it was brought from Avernum. Some of it was bought for pitiful prices from desperate miners. He frowns. I am Putin. This is my shop. I have a variety of goods for sale to the loyal Avernites. Also, I can buy equipment you no longer need. Please say what you want to say and move on before the miners get angry at me for dealing with you. You're afraid to deal with me? The miners are short-tempered in the best of times. Fear of the bandits has made them worse, and they are angry at me for the prices I charge. Selling things to you will aggravate them. I won't take the chance. But I'm sure they won't mind if I buy equipment from you to help the town's defense. Let me see your wares. I can't take the risk. Alright then, I'll sell these few things we have. A few coins. Thank you. This is interesting. Ah, the mayor. The town hall of Exodus has been carefully designed to send a clear message. The blade on the table accompanying the ledgers and letters, the rusty cages against the wall, recently but not currently occupied, the lurking thugs. Exodus is ruled by strength and the lash. The mayor stands before you, a burly man in dented and scarred armor. His sash is made of a single long strip of reptilian skin, probably from one of the drakes that lived here. When he sees you, he rests his hand on the blade on the table. The intruder, the Empire spy. You are wise to come here before I sent for you. I am Mayor Vickers. I rule in Exodus. I hope you have some papers that say you can be here, or you will not live for long. I have them. Here are my papers. Mayor Vickers takes the papers, inspects them, and hands them back to you. He looks at his guards who are watching him carefully. He is choosing his next words carefully. I am still of Avernum. I am bound by its laws. Though I would rather deal with you in my own ways, these papers say I have to let you by. Not all have my self-control, though. Were I you, I would get what I need and move on. We have enough trouble with the bandits without worrying about you. What do you want? A thug attacked me outside your gates. His name was Scarp. Mayor Vickers looks annoyed. The fool. I told him, kill bandits. Nobody else is to be killed without word from me. That is life in the frontier. Idiots die even faster than criminals. That seems to be the end of the issue, but the guards don't seem to approve. Scarp must have had some friends here. Tell me about Exodus. Just use your eyes. We're a mining colony pushed up against the river. People come here to make their fortune. We believe in keeping order here. Anyone who causes trouble meets with harsh justice. Anyone. From Avernum or the surface. I make sure of that. He casts a quick glance at the cages by the wall. How long have you been here? The town, 3 years. Me, much longer. I was one of the warriors who expelled the drakes that live here. I personally buried my blade into the neck of the last one killed. I was given the honor of taking this trophy. What happened to the rest of the drakes? Most died. They're proud creatures. They fought, a few fled. One was captured. Mayor Kilgore of Harkin's Landing keeps it in the tunnels as a pet. How did you get to be in charge here? Exodus started as a rough collection of thugs and bandits. I was going to go back to Avernum after the drakes died, but I saw I was needed. I came here and applied justice where it was needed. I have a deal with my people. They do what I say, and I keep order. It's worked so far. Left unsaid but entirely clear is that as long as bandits are allowed to keep the miners cooped up in Exodus, Mayor Vickers' position is unsafe. Do those cages get used much? Sometimes I keep a lawbreaker in them as a special punishment. I like seeing the results of my justice. The cages are tiny and made of rough iron. Must make for a miserable stay. Mayor Vickers watches you, maintaining a grim silence. The guards watch from the shadows, waiting to see what he does. He clearly wishes that he was simply rid of you. You're having trouble with bandits? Mayor Vickers looks uncomfortable. The guards quietly scowl in the shadows. This is a bit of a sore point. I'd be lying if I said we aren't. I don't deny it. I've said that we'll eliminate Listek the Beast and his thugs. When I know where he is, I'll lead the charge myself. He casts a defiant glare at the warriors that surround him. I defy anyone to do better, and that is all I have to say about it. Can you tell me where Listek the Beast is? One of the guards snorts. Mayor Vickers' face grows scarlet. That is my business, not yours. Ask something else or move on. I'm looking for extra work. For pay, of course. Mayor Vickers thinks about this, calculating whether giving you a job would make him look stronger or weaker. Yes. I, as a mayor of Avernum, will allow a soldier of the Empire to work for us. He waves magnanimously at a stretch of the drake pillars on the wall. Our efforts are concentrated on the hunt for Listek the Beast, allowing lesser pests to act with greater ease. There's a goblin. He's called Gelmax. He robs merchants on the roads just outside Exodus with his little goblin friends. He's a slippery one. Bring me his head, and I will give you a small payment from our treasury. How might we find him? Wander the roads and watch for goblins. In time he will find you. The hard part isn't locating him, but trapping him. He's good at slipping away. Well, we found him once, but he slipped away. We'll find him again. I'm hunting for a rogue Empire warrior. Has a band of surface dwellers passed through these lands recently? Mayor Vickers sees a chance to get you to move on and turns to speak with his guards. There is a brief whispered conversation. Then, disappointed, he turns to you. We have seen nothing. It would be difficult for a group like that to pass through here, but not impossible. If they slipped into town via the river, perhaps. But your quarry, I think, is not in these lands. You should leave them quickly. I want to go farther into the northern frontier. And we want you to go. You are not welcome here. However, the lands to the east are controlled by the wizard Solberg. Strangled, some would say. Tranquility, that place is called. Entry to there is limited, and I cannot help you. Why can't I enter Tranquility? Solberg lets very few into this false paradise. I do not pretend to understand the logic of a wizard. What would happen if I entered Tranquility without permission? The wizard's pets would seek and destroy you. Entering without permission is unwise. If you want to know more, talk to Foraman. He is Solberg's man in the northern part of town. How can I get permission to enter? First, don't ask me. I can only let a few in, and I have exceeded my portion. Go to Harkin's Landing and talk to Kilbogor. I think he has a few bracelets left. Right. Well, we'll deal with, Oh. I like that. I like the little fishing thing. I guess he needs to use it whenever the struggle of keeping order and rule gets a bit too much for him. I can understand that. There is a woman standing at the shore here, staring out at the black, fast-flowing river. She wears long robes of rich velvet, unusually luxurious garb for these rough lands. She is clearly from the surface. There are two members of the Exodus militia standing nearby. Something about them doesn't seem right. The guards stare off into space, seemingly unaware of you. Or anything else. She turns and looks at you when you get close. She is a striking middle-aged woman with an easy smile and a sense of equipoise. I was checking on these lands at the bidding of my master. I heard you were here. I wanted to meet you. And here you are. Who is your master? She speaks slowly, watching your reaction. My master is the leader of the dark side loyalists, the one who would sacrifice everything to restore the Empire to its lost glory. He is Doricus. You work for the traitor. Why are you talking to me? Because you have talent. You are strong. You can be put to better use than you are. What do you mean? You would hear my words. You are wise. All I ask is that you consider what I say. You do not have to join us this day. All you need to do is listen and think. It will cost you nothing. Look around. See the way you are treated by these worms. The way they order you around. The contempt, the disrespect. It was not always this way. In fact, not long before you were born, it was very different. The Empire controlled the world. It did not share lands on the surface with outsiders like it does now. It did not tolerate contempt. It was not weak. And it hunted down and slew non-humans. She notes that she is talking to a Nephil. She speaks more carefully. Perhaps the Empire went a bit far in that area. Doricus feels that as long as non-humans accept the rule of the Empire, they should be welcomed into it. Sure. Tell me more. Curious. The Empress is wounded. We do not think she will live long. Soon there will be struggle for control of the Empire. There are many in the army who would see the wisdom in the path of the dark side loyalists. Doricus requires agents. I think you can help him. If you can be a useful tool for us, I can try to change his mind. Change his mind how? He is determined to kill you. He has placed agents in the tunnels. They have their orders and are acting on them. I think you should be recruited. I might be able to convince him. Where is Doricus now? Ha! I think you have potential, but I do not trust you. I will consider your words. At this point, that is all I ask. I will let Doricus know that perhaps your destruction might be a waste. But beware, his traps for you remain, and they are many. He knows you are here, and none who hunt for him are spared. That is all except for this. Try to withstand the contempt of these worms. We of the surface will have our vengeance soon enough. Then she turns and walks toward the river. Without even a pause, she strides confidently into the fast black water. It parts around her, letting her pass. And then she is gone. This guard is now acting like all the others, treating you with disdain. He doesn't even seem to remember that Ruth was here. And before you say anything, no, I don't plan on allying with Doricus. But if he thinks I am, I might be able to get closer to him to kill him. We'll see how things go. Maybe I'll be able to act as a spy, or something. This man has been severely beaten. He hangs from the post, dripping and moaning. A sign around his neck reads, Claim Jumper. Punishment is harsh in Exodus. Could be worse, though. They might have simply killed him. I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, they pretend that tranquility is perfectly safe and all that, but I hear the wizard in charge is crazy. And what's more, I heard that he can't even keep his statues under control anymore. Statues. Golems. Great. Huh. Ah, interesting. Not that we can take him. Still, interesting. That's right, I've been to the Anomalands. They're as crazy as they are in tranquility, but much poorer. I'm not going back. Surprisingly, the town of Exodus allows the presence of an ogre inside its city walls. Even more strangely, he seems to be behaving himself. The massive block of stupid muscle seems to be perfectly competent blacksmith. His innate strength and resistance to pain seem to be serving him well. He looks up at you as you approach. If he's even capable of telling the difference between an Avernite and a citizen of the Empire, he doesn't show it.
I am Gorp. I bend metal, make things. You buy?
It is unusual to meet an ogre inside a town.
I smart ogre. Smart ogre is me. Other ogres dumb. They fight humans. They don't live with them good like me. They die. When other ogres get smart, they come to towns like me. It's hard though. In town I get the angries.
What are the angries?
Sometimes ogre gets mad. Has to smash things. When all the littler people around get angries more. I feel it now. Want to hit, to crush, to bite. Kill you.
I see. And how do you deal with the angries?
Mayor Vickers good to Gorp. When bandit caught, lets Gorp smash bandit up. Maybe biting. Makes Gorp feel good. Gorp goes back to work. Good for all.
You smell burning meat. Gorp hasn't noticed that he is holding a red-hot piece of metal with his bare hands. You don't mention it. It might give him more of the angries. What happens if the other ogres never join you?
Then Gorp is a lonely, lonely ogre.
Gorp continues to bang on the sword he is making. Sometimes he forgets to use a hammer and simply smashes the metal with a bare fist.
Oh! Stupid, stupid Gorp!
A minute later, he does the same thing again. And so on. Let me see what you have for sale. A lot of stuff, nothing we need. Can you make anything for me? Gorp gets excited. He smiles, showing gray, cracked teeth.
Gorp make good things. Good steel, good crystals, and money. Lots of money. Then I make you the good things. What you want?
I don't need anything right now. Gorp starts to get angry when he hears this. He smacks himself in the head a few times. This calms him down. Okay. Yeah, more militia. Okay. Seems like a very narrow town, this. But then again, considering it's right up against the river, I suppose it kind of makes a little sense. More miners. Wait, that's Dellinger. There's an angry miner sitting by the fire. He is bitter and full of complaints, and he doesn't care who knows it. He notices you walking by, looking around.
Hey there, I'm Dellinger. You want to know what's going around here? Sit down, I'll tell you.
The other miners roll their eyes. So what is wrong?
No law and order. Bandits are everywhere and claim jumpers too. I asked for help, but Mayor Vickers doesn't give any. I put a note on the job board and nobody helps. It's not right.
Some of the other miners mutter that they lost their claims too. Dellinger ignores them. How long have you been out here?
6 months. Left a good career wrangling lizards in from Mello to come out here. Found a good claim, dug up some quality crystals, and then lost it.
Wrangling lizards?
Yep. Worked for Ken and Jen. Maybe you've heard of them. Best, most scarred breeders in the northern caverns. Though I helped a lot. Once one of the beasts would have taken Ken's head off if I hadn't stepped in with a rake at the right time.
Then he begins to expand on the tale in great detail. The other miners show signs of having heard this story before. Repeatedly. You slip away. Okay. Take a look up here. Huh. Okay. Haskell's Potion Works. This is one of the few buildings in town that has a chance of still standing in 5 years. Since it's an Alchemist Workshop, that is a very good thing. There are a lot of tools and equipment here, no doubt brought out to the frontier with great expense and difficulty. The alchemist in charge is a young woman, a mage from the look of her garb. She has a short temper, ready to cut loose with an angry retort or a fireball quickly if needed. This is a good thing, considering how rough the town is. When she sees you, however, she seems very nervous. Hello. I am Haskell, the alchemist for Exodus sent by the Crown. I would like a potion. The mayor has reserved my stock for the near future, I am sorry. This is a very nice laboratory. Thank you, but it is not safe. There's something in the basement. I've been hearing sounds, like tools. I haven't gone down there, it seems dangerous. Maybe I can investigate. That would be very helpful. The stairs down are in the back. I'll unlock the door for you. She disappears briefly into the back. I'd like to know something else. I'm sorry, very busy. Can't talk about anything. Not with an Empire soldier. Good day. Okay. Chiara. There is a Nephil miner sitting at the fireside, poking at the fire with a length of cavewood. She is unusually dirty for a Nephil, something that clearly causes her great discomfort. Must be difficult to bathe here. Most of the miners turn away when you approach, but she doesn't. I am Chiara. Sit, be warm. Keep me company while I am kept from my mine. What are you doing here? Chiara looks nervously at the other miners. She doesn't want to anger them by being too friendly to you, but she has something she wants to say. I am like the others. The bandits, they drove me out. Most fled. Few stayed behind at their claims. Most of them died. Tell me about the bandits. They are led by Listak the Beast. They are trained. They have better weapons. They come in the night. It is foolish to try to fight them off alone. And yet some do. Tell me about your mine. I had a claim, and equipment, and workers. We would smelt metal, precious and not. It would have been glorious. I shared the claim with one of my kind called Mora. He is mad. Where is your mine? It is to the southwest of Exodus, by the river. Tell me about Mora. She looks very concerned. He is a fool. Others, the smart ones, we come to the safety of town. Him he is determined to fight. He sets traps and he taunts the bandits. He refuses to flee. Traps? It is his skill. Traps to burn and crush the bandits. But they are clever too. When they find him, they will find a way past. They will overwhelm and kill him. I should have stayed, watched his back, but I did not want to die. I have weaned kids back in Avernum. I wanted to return to them with wealth. Now I have nothing. Is he still alive? I do not know.
He is not my mate, but he was a good partner for all the work to bring tools out here. Now he waits to die. I would ask you something.
What do you want?
You travel. You are strong. If you have a chance to meet, if you have a chance to meet Merum, help him. He is not your enemy. Now I must stop talking to you, or the others will be angry.
We've already spoken with him. We'll go see him again. Tell him we met you. Nothing over here, so the only other passage is over in here. There are two guards watching this wheel. They are better armed than most of the rabble of Exodus. When you get close to the wheel, one of them says,
Where's your bracelet?
when he sees you don't have one, he says,
None enter the land of tranquility without permission. And we're doing you a favor. If you entered Solberg's lands without permission, you wouldn't live long.
you try to ask them for more information, and they tell you to talk to Incantor Foraman. Which means that person. There's a Slithkit Zerakai mage sitting at this desk. Though he is plainly an Avernite, his cloak is well tailored and luxurious. He's wearing a delicate gold bracelet set with an opal. When he sees you, he sniffs the air with contempt.
Sssss. I knew I would see you in my office soon, slave of Empire. I am Incantor Foraman, assistant to the Archmage Solberg, and proud servant of tranquility. I am willing to trade with you. I might even employ you. However, I cannot grant you entry to our proud new land, so do not ask.
Tell me about Tranquility.
Tranquility is the land created and ruled by the Archmage Solberg. It is his bold effort to create a secure place, a place where Avernites can live free of the constant threats that have tormented them for decades. Entry to Tranquility is limited. Its resources, mainly food, are limited. However, as Solberg proves the superiority of the path he has chosen, we are confident that Tranquility will expand.
Tranquility is low on food.
No, it has exactly enough food because Solberg has so wisely limited the number of people who can settle there. It is the rest of Avernum that will soon be short of food.
Tell me about Archmage Solberg.
Sssss. There are none alive in Avernum who have done more, since the earliest days, to keep our lands alive and safe. He has spent much of that time as a steadfast foe of your kind. He is very old now. Where a weaker soul would finally lay down and accept to the final rest, he uses his power to continue to live. He will not rest until he has brought true safety to his people.
How does he keep Tranquility safe? For a moment, you detect a flicker of emotion on the Slith Mage's face. Something is making him nervous.
He has created an army of magical sentinels. They are tireless in their defense.
He holds up his hand, showing you the bracelet.
This marks me to the Sentinels as one of Solberg's most trusted advisors, and in turn we trust the Sentinels to protect us.
And nothing ever goes wrong with them.
No, there are no problems beyond the inevitable rough spots of building a new world. No problems that concern you.
His words are confident, but his discomfort shows plainly through his calm reptilian expression. Incantor Foraman sits behind his desk and idly toys with his gold bracelet with his left hand.
Were we on the surface, I would make small talk about the weather. Small talk is more difficult in the underworld.
Yeah, I suppose you can understand. I would like to enter Tranquility.
Then you will need a bracelet, or the Sentinels will identify you as a foe and destroy you. You can't steal a bracelet. Once a person has worn one, it will do no good for any other. No, the bracelet must be given.
Who can give me one?
As a gesture of generosity to his neighbors, Solberg has given a limited supply of bracelets to the two mayors of the Drake Pillars. You can apply to them. I will not help you.
Do you have a spare bracelet?
Solberg gave me quite a few. People here can apply to me for permission to settle in or pass through Tranquility. I take many applications. However, he was clear in his directions. You are of the Empire. I will not risk his wrath by letting you into his lands.
Okay, then. You mentioned that you might employ me?
I would. I came to the frontier to engage in certain magical studies. I gather knowledge. Sometimes I hire Avernites. Since my current area of interest is dangerous, however, I will not put my countrymen at risk. You, on the other hand, are from the Empire. I would risk your life.
Gee, thanks. I'm interested. Incantor Foramun is pleased. He takes a crystal out of his desk and hands it to you. It is a small, polished, and dark blue, and it hangs from a leather thong.
These tunnels are old. Intelligent beings have lived here long before Avernum arrived. Some magical artifacts were left. I seek them out. West of here is a stone circle at the top of a hill by the road. There is power there. I would know its nature. That crystal is a sensing crystal. Take it to the circle and hold it near each of the stones. If you find magic, try not to disrupt it. Instead, come here and tell me about it. I will reward you.
But it might be dangerous.
Mysterious magic always is. All I ask is that if you find magic, you do your best to not destroy it. Protect yourself as best you can, but leave the power intact.
Sure. And can you teach me any magic?
It would amuse me to give you magic the Empire does not want you to have, but I will not help you. You are still an Empire spy.
Maybe if we help you. We'll see. We can't go any further there. Alright. Well, this episode's gone on long enough. Next episode we'll take a look and help her out. She did need help. And we can do just that. We'll just need to go downstairs. That'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chester44. That is Darren, Thomas, Lena, and Sherry. This has been an Avernum 5 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.